Video categorization. What is it? Why is it important? How do you optimize your best chances? Just know off the bat that every one of your videos is not going to get categorized, right? There's not really any guarantees in this. I know you hear a ton of creators guaranteeing this, guaranteeing that, guaranteeing if you do this. Well, I mean, I've tried them all. There's no real guarantees. You just have to know off the bat that every one of your videos is not going to get categorized. And then as a new creator, I feel like it is more difficult to get your videos categorized as a new creator just because you're just getting going. The algorithm's getting to know you. Everything's algorithm based. But let's just jump into obviously what it is and kind of go from there. So essentially to get your video categorized, the algorithm is understanding the content that you're putting out, what category it needs to be put in, what niche you're trying to target, and it determines how you're going to show up on the For You page, determining what everybody else's interests are. If they're interested in the categorization of your video, it's highly likely that's going to show up on your For You page. And as you can see here, this video on the left, there's no categorization. If your video is not categorized, it will say find related content. Now, if your video is categorized, it will say something like this. There'll be something in that search bar. This video is targeting those that are interested in TikTok Shop affiliates and TikTok Shop affiliate program. Why does it matter? When your video is getting categorized, it's going to be put in front of the right audience. This video right here, the algorithm understands that the only audience that this message or video should be putting in front of are those interested in the TikTok Shop affiliate program. It's going to help increase your engagement because you know the algorithm knows what audience to put your video in that's going to be more likely to engage in your video. Now, how does that relate to shop videos? Well, it's starting to build a buyer profile. So if say you're promoting hand warmers, those that are interested and fit the buyer profile that the algorithm has developed around those who want to purchase hand warmers, that is the audience that your video is going to be put in front of. So when you have a TikTok Shop affiliate video, ideally when you get categorized, that video should perform better than the ones that don't. Now, there has been some odd chances where I've had some videos not be categorized and still be successful. But in essence, you do want to reach for the goal of getting your videos categorized, and we'll get into some of the ways you can do that. How to optimize it, I'll get into a little bit more detail, but it's hashtags. You want to match your product. You can use trending sounds. I don't do a ton of sounds in my shop videos, but if I'm doing faceless, I always add a sound in, like a promotional sound, or obviously there's a lot of popular trending sounds in that you can choose from. Obviously they have to be the non-copyright ones, but if you have any questions on how to find those, one of the best things that I do is I link the product in on the video, and then once you link the product, then you go into sounds. TikTok won't allow you to choose any sound that can't be on a shop video. So just best practice, just go and link the product first. If you don't do it that way, you have to actually just click only, I think it's promotional sounds for affiliate video, or there's a separate section. But if you link the product first in your video and then go back to add the sound, TikTok won't allow you to add anything, any sound on your video that you're not allowed to use. But that's the essence, right? You want to strive to get your videos categorized, but there's no guarantees to this. Nobody really has a true answer, or rhyme, or reason why one video gets categorized over the other. But we can jump into a few things here that can help that. So relevant text on screen. So if you're putting text on screen in your video, you want to try to all of this should flow together. So let me backtrack. All of these should flow together. So these 6 bullet points should all be in the same niche you're trying to target. So first and foremost, when you're creating a video, figure out the target market you're trying to reach. Who do you want to get this video in front of? Now, do you want to have a general target market of hand warmers if you're doing a hand warmer? And I use this as another example. I did a video on a rice cooker. Well, I wanted to target a different audience than the majority of people promoting that rice cooker. So everybody was targeting the rice cooker algorithm, right? Those that are interested in rice, different recipes of rice, Asian cuisine, or what have you, right? That's where the market, everybody was targeting for that rice cooker. Well, I wanted to target a different market, so I made mac and cheese in the rice cooker. And everything involved in my video was around mac and cheese, from my title to the text on screen to my hashtags And behold, that video got categorized in mac and cheese recipes, right? Now, I was pretty much demonstrating the rice cooker as a mac and cheese recipe. So I was making mac and cheese in the rice cooker, pretty much selling the rice cooker without anybody knowing about it, because I was making mac and cheese in the rice cooker. And then at the end, I kind of filtered in, hey, you're interested, and I turned it into like that promotional sales type of like skit for the affiliate program, and sold the rice cooker as a way to make mac and cheese. I turned it into a storyline great for parents, that live busy lives. You can set it and forget it, put your mac and cheese in there, go do what you have to do. 10 minutes, it comes back. But anyways, my hashtags were about mac and cheese. My text and screen was about mac and cheese. I was talking about mac and cheese. My title was mac and cheese. So that video got categorized in mac and cheese, even though I was selling a rice cooker. So first off, text on screen. Whatever market you want to reach, get that on there, right? So you want to have it all relevant to the market you're trying to reach. Your script, you should be repeating yourself. So if you're doing hand warmers and you want to get categorized in hand warmers, talk about hand warmers. Say hand warmers. A lot of creators I see say, okay, make captions, make them real small and take them off the screen. To me, that's clickbait, right? Because TikTok already knows what you're saying, because they have to know what you're saying in order to generate those captions. So to me, by making the captions real small and taking them off screen, it essentially can be marked as low quality content, because TikTok knows you have your captions really small and they're off the screen. TikTok knows you generated captions. So to me, that could potentially be a negative than a positive. I've tried that in the past. It's not going to be the quick fix to get your videos categorized. Just know that. Precise hashtags. You don't want 20 hashtags, right? Try to keep it between like 6 or 7 hashtags that all represent the target market you're trying to reach. So for instance, mac and cheese. I did mac and cheese cooker, mac and cheese recipe, best ways to make mac and cheese. Do you know what I mean? So I kept it in the realm of mac and cheese. I didn't do a hashtag for rice cookers, right? Because my target audience was mac and cheese. I didn't want to be categorized, or even the algorithm to think that I was trying to target the rice algorithm, right? Hope that makes sense. So keep your hashtags precise to the market you're trying to reach. Promotional sound. Sometimes there's trending sounds. Depending on the type of video you're making, you can add in, promotional sounds, trending sounds. There's when it comes to the promotional side of things, there's only so many sounds that you can add. A lot of them are overused. So you can try sounds. It all depends on, for me, what type of video you're making. But one of the things that I think helps if you use a promotional sound, TikTok automatically knows that you're doing a shop video because you're using a promotional sound. That's my thought on that. I haven't, whether it's a positive or negative, I haven't really came to the conclusion of if it helps or doesn't help. But one thing I can say is if you're using a promotional sound, TikTok immediately knows as soon as you post that video that it's a shop video because you're making, or because you're using that promotional sound. And then we talked about the clear target market. Just know the audience you're trying to reach before you create your video. And just do everything in your power to make sure that what your script is, how you're talking about the product, whether it's a skit, just know who you're trying to target before you create it. And title for me is most important. So what I always do is I always put the name of the product in the title. So whether it's, a quick little statement, because you kind of want to hide the fact that you want to hide the fact that it's an ad. So you don't want to have in your title like, hey, buy this rice cooker, right? You don't want that. You want to say like, my title for that was quick, easy ways to make mac and cheese with kids. This rice robot has been game changing, right? So when people are coming across your video, as those titles are halfway hidden, right? So even though you have the rice cooker in the title, people that are scrolling on your video don't necessarily see that because all they're reading is a quick and easy way for people to make mac and cheese with kids. And then I put a period, and then it's this rice cooker has been game changing for me, right? Or the rice robot. You want the product title. I always try to, or the name of the product in the title. These are just the best ways, right? You just want to make sure you don't confuse the algorithm. Just get as precise as possible. Just make sure you have a clear idea of the audience you're trying to reach, and then just wrap everything around that. There's no guarantees in this. And just know, I mentioned at the beginning that not every one of your videos will get categorized, But at the end of the day, you just don't want to confuse the algorithm. You want to make sure the algorithm has a clear idea of the market that you're trying to reach and how you structured your video to reach that market. But again, yeah, this is just kind of the general synopsis of it. Just the main point is just don't confuse the algorithm. And I think one of the ways creators confuse, and the big one is I see a lot of these shop videos with 20 hashtags, right? Like, you don't need that. You want to reach a particular audience. And the best rule of thought when you're trying to reach an audience is you want to reach an audience that nobody else is marketing that product to. So if you can think of an idea and a way to market this product different from every other creator, for instance, like the translation headphones, if you can, the next creator that can figure out how to market those headphones without, marketing to like the translation headphones, it could potentially have a viral video, or just you could do that with any product. Hand warmers. How do you market it? Like, rather than marketing the hand warmers as hand warmers, market it as outdoor activities survival device, or you know what I mean? Just think outside the box when you're looking for a target audience and try to hit markets that nobody else is marketing that product to. Just best rule of thought. And obviously, if there's questions on this, make sure you let me know in the community, in Discord, and I obviously go a little bit more in depth. But to me, this is how you're going to optimize your best chance to get your videos categorized.